What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. Today's been an interesting day. I got to announce earlier that we have 5 teas coming out next week for Coffee Brand Coffee, and the hot cocos are flying off the shelves, and so is the cold brew, which we rolled out yesterday. So pick yours up today. I'll leave a link in the description. But also, it seems like Elon Musk kind of accidentally revealed slash hashtag exposed Joe Biden as having nearly half of his Twitter followers being fake. Now, I know, insert your joke. Pause the video now, leave a like on it, then go ahead and type a joke in the comments about, voters and all that kind of stuff, I want to give you a moment to do that because I know they're racing through your head. But this article in the New York Post, basically what's happening is Elon is expertly reducing the cost of Twitter by driving down the stock price, by pointing out something we all knew, that there is a massive bot and spam account issue on Twitter. So much, most people believe it is significantly more than the 5% that Twitter claims to the SEC. If Elon is able to reveal this number before he takes purchase of Twitter, he could very well bankrupt them. I'm not kidding. I mean, you have a situation where every single investor would have been defrauded for years. Now, maybe the way that they type it up and the legalese that they use would kind of protect them. But in the reporting that I've seen, they made it pretty clear that, they have an X, they say it's at 5% and our percentage of error is plus or minus 1% or something like that. So if it came out that it was 25% bot or spam accounts, 30% bot or spam accounts, everybody who's ever invested in the company could be potentially firing up a lawsuit for them defrauding investors. And I think they'd probably have a pretty good case. Now, all sorts of independent people, ever since Elon's are asking this question, are taking a look at people's followers. Now, there's always been kind of tools online to look at your own Twitter account and discern, we'll say what percentage of your followers are quote unquote real. Everybody has different metrics for doing this. I just look at my own Twitter account where I have 202,000 followers, right? It's extraordinarily rare for me to get 1% interaction. Extraordinarily rare. Now, here on YouTube, I average about 10% interaction. So 10% to 15, maybe even 20% on some occasions will watch my videos. But about 10% of them will actually click the like button. So if a video gets 100,000 views, almost exclusively, I can pretty much figure out it's going to have 8,000 to 9,000 likes. Just this video right now. See if we could break the algorithm. If everybody watching this left a like, see what happens with this video. If it actually gets served out. Leave a like, leave a comment on it. And let's see if suddenly that changes. And I'll share the analytics on Twitter. It'd be interesting to see. And also subscribe if you're not. But, it's frustrating. It's you see this huge number. You're oh, even if you have 1,000 followers, you're bro, these are 1,000 people that said they wanted to follow me. They wanted to see what I said. And I get 6 likes. You have massive accounts like the New York Times with millions and millions and millions of followers. We're struggling to get 15, 20 likes on various posts. Well, an audit now says that 50% of Joe Biden's Twitter followers are fake. Nearly half of President Biden's 22.2 million Twitter followers are bogus, a new audit revealed. The audit, which was done for the social media giant by software firm SparkToro, found that 49.3% of the president's followers are, quote, fake. SparkToro has defined a fake follower as an account that are unreachable. It will not see the account's tweets, either because they're spam, bot, propaganda, etc., or because they are no longer active on Twitter. Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who is attempting to buy Twitter, has expressed concern of the growing number of fake accounts and the proposed potential crackdown on the sham accounts. Musk said that he believes that 20% of all Twitter accounts are fake and vowed not to go through with his $44 billion purchase of the social media giant until the issue is resolved. My offer was based on Twitter's SEC filings being accurate, Musk said. Yesterday, Twitter CEO publicly refused to show proof of the 5%. His deal could not move forward until he does. Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal fired back at the world's richest man, saying that the digital giant suspends over 500,000 spam accounts every day and locks several million accounts that it suspects might be spam. Well, you know what my question is about that is, like, maybe you need to make your sign up process like a little more difficult. I don't know. Like, why is it so easy for 500,000 accounts to just sign up every day? I mean, it's clearly an automated thing that's happening, but like, can we figure out how maybe to stop that? And you actually see Elon comment on this report from Gary Black, who's sharing this Newsweek article, which we'll take a look at. Elon Musk says, interesting, then immediately follows up with, so checks calculator, that would be 10 times more than the 5%, or 14 times higher than Twitter's 5% in my case. And what's interesting here is that, you know, yes, his followers are fake, but also the fake accounts follow Elon, something that I'm waiting to see if he responds to. You know, see, this says Spark Toro found 49.3% of the accounts that follow the official POTUS Twitter account are fake. Now, the official POTUS account is a little different, right? It's not Joe Biden's account. It's the POTUS account, which means people follow it when their person's in office, and maybe they stop watching it when they're not. Or maybe the White House pumps up the followers on that account so it looks like more people care. Like, I don't know. I couldn't care less what POTUS tweets. I just really don't care. It's like, what crazy thing are they going to say now? Or what, ridiculous propaganda are they going to share? Or, any variety of things that I couldn't care less about. There are other accounts, that perhaps are a little more interesting, but that could be part of the reason why so many are like dead followers. You see, where is this article? Okay, so now according to another report from Business Insider, basically just a hit piece outlet, more than 23% of Elon Musk's Twitter accounts are spam or fake accounts. I don't think Elon would care. I think he's going to take this information and use it to negotiate a better price. More than 23.42% of billionaire Elon Musk's 93 million followers on Twitter are likely fake or spam accounts, according to a joint audit by two research groups published Sunday. The two groups, Spark Toro, who also did the president's account, and Follower Wonk, said that their definition of fake or spam accounts might not be the same as Twitter. Well, I'm sure that Twitter has every reason to like be extraordinarily, extraordinarily ambiguous in terms of the accounts that they discount, because impressions that advertisers are getting on these bot accounts put money in Twitter's pocket. They said they used a system of 17 warning signs based on an algorithm that ran through 35,000 fake Twitter accounts bought by Spark Toro and 50,000 accounts the teams marked as non-spam. If one of Musk's followers was flagged for multiple spam signals, they graded it as low quality or fake. When factoring inactive users, which the researchers define as accounts that haven't tweeted in at least 90 days, a total of 70.23% of Musk's followers were unlikely to be authentic or active users who even see his tweets. Interesting. I mean, I would say 70% is probably the number for me, or 30% is probably the number of people for me that actually see my tweets. Analyzing all of Musk's nearly 100 million followers, they found that 73% have spam correlated keywords on their profiles and 71% use locations that don't match any known nameplates. Yeah, so what? A lot of people do that. And 41% of the accounts use display names that match spam patterns. That said, notably, 69%, giggity, have also been inactive for more than 120 days. The research group also pointed out how 83% of Musk's followers have suspiciously small number of followers, and 78% follow an unusually small number of accounts. SparkToro's Rand Fishkin. Oh, Rand Fishkin. Oh, interesting. He used to be from SEO Moz, and they renamed their account Moz. For example, an account that's older or has or tweets more may have highlighted threshold versus a newer account that tweets less and has a lower one. He wrote in an email. Other metrics that team used to include the age of Twitter account, how many tweets it's made over an extended period of time. These are all ways that they say. What's interesting is SparkToro wrote in the analysis that some of the fake accounts, according to the definition, aren't necessarily problematic, such as bots that aggregate for front page news stories or ones that tweet photos and links from restaurants around the world. But it said most of the spam accounts it flagged are guilty of peddling propaganda or disinformation or pushing phishing attempts, malware. I mean, if this is true, if the number of bots, I don't really understand. 23% of Musk's followers are fake. It's interesting, you know, the Twitter is still trying to force a deal through. And I think that that's going to be an interesting, battle to see. Twitter has said like, hey, Twitter turns the tables on Musk, will enforce the merger. Twitter's board said Tuesday that it plans to close the transaction and enforce a merger and agreement between Elon Musk and Twitter, New York Times reports. I mean, that's pretty spicy. I mean, that's if they're going to try to force it through, we could really have like this thing where like, no, we don't want to be bought. And then, no, you will buy us. It's going to be interesting to see how this all goes out. And now that everybody's eyes are turned to bot and fake spam accounts, just what we're going to learn over the next couple of weeks is going to be very interesting. Make sure you click that red subscribe button down below the video. YouTube certainly does not help people find my videos. I would greatly appreciate that. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you again real soon.